Gutter Trash is a proud member of the Comics Podcast Network.
Leon Kaufman is a photographer struggling to capture the inner ugliness of the city on film. During his quest, he helps a young woman escape a brutal encounter and watches as she boards a subway car never to return. Following the mystery of the beautiful stranger, he crosses paths with a mute butcher, which sends him spiraling into a world of violence and madness and a ride on the Midnight Meat Train. Hello, welcome to Gutter Trash, episode 95, Midnight Meat Train. My name is Eric.
My name is Jason.
How is it going?
Superb.
Really?
Yeah.
That's an unusual adjective.
Feel good.
Oh,
Feel
okay.
good.
It's because you've had like 6 beers.
3.
Right. So is this your third or fourth?
This is my third.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm quite sober. I'm just feeling relaxed.
Good to hear.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm chewing on my drink.
It's always a sign of a good soda.
Very chewy. Very chewy.
Do you remember those chewy sweet tarts that came like 3 or 4 in a pack?
Nope.
They're like the size of silver dollars, only thicker.
I believe I already said no.
Oh, I thought maybe I would jar your memory.
Nope.
Oh, I loved them. Loved them.
I don't believe these existed, but whatever.
It was an 80s thing.
I don't remember them too well.
The 80s.
Yeah. I was mostly grounded, so.
Ooh. And they didn't like sneak candy under the door, like chewy sweet tarts?
Who, my parents?
Yeah.
Fuck no.
No. What were you grounded for? Like,
mostly for being a bad student.
oh, really?
Yeah. And being a bad son.
Oh, man.
I lied a lot.
Oh, yeah? Okay. Like, there'd be broken glass and you'd be like, I don't know what happened, that sort of thing.
No, I usually would admit to stuff like that, but mostly I lied about why I was getting bad grades.
Oh.
Yeah. Hide report cards, forged signatures. Wouldn't do my homework. Yeah.
It's impressive.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So I was pretty much grounded from 4th through 7th grade.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I was thinking, I just assumed you were like an A student. the whole
Oh,
way.
fuck no.
No, okay.
Yeah. Even when I got past all that crap, I still wasn't an A student. So,
Wow.
Yeah. Mostly I was lazy. If I'd applied to myself, I probably would have been an A student. But that requires effort.
But you passed.
I passed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You graduated.
I mean, beyond the 6th grade or so, whenever like I was never failing any classes after that. Like, I was always getting D's and F's in the 4th, 5th, and 6th grade. Beyond that, like, I started getting A's and B's mostly.
Yeah.
I would get C's here and there, and the only F I ever got
Post 6th grade.
post 6th grade, I was in the 9th grade, I was taking a speech and debate class, and I got an F for the first half of the semester.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Mostly because I didn't fully understand the
Requirements.
the mechanics
Okay.
of specific types of debate. Like they have the Lincoln Douglas debates and I think improvisation debates and stuff like that. And I was horrible at those. I could give a speech like nobody else, but I could not debate worth a damn.
See, we never had debate. We had speech class.
Yeah.
And in fact, I remember in 92, it's when I had my speech class. I was probably like a freshman or a sophomore. And Sleazy P. Martini, as you may or may not remember, was running for president. So, the manager of GWAR,
Right.
for those that don't know. and I gave my speech about why he should be president. And I passed out cassette tapes of Scumdogs of the Universe that I'd recorded to every member of the class, who were 99% black girls,
Right.
who did not really take an interest in the Gwar for some reason.
That is shocking.
But yeah, that was my favorite speech.
Nice.
Sleazy P. Martini, bring him back. The Whig Party.
Oh, yes. Wow, okay. I don't have anything as interesting as that as far as my speech classes go. But I did once get a D in my 11th grade art class.
Really?
Yeah.
Art class, really?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Really? That's surprising.
I'm going to guess the first... Yeah, it was the first time that I ever fell into the whole art burnout, depression.
Did it coincide with like the first time you saw Adam Hughes' artwork? Like during high school?
No. It was just, I was taking like 6 art classes out of a 7-period day.
Wow, really? In high school?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that was even possible.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I would have went to that school. And my senior year was art, gym, history, and literature. That was my whole...
Senior year?
Yeah.
I think I had a regular English class, but I think I also had creative writing. We got to stop taking gym in 10th grade, so I did.
Yeah. I should have. I just kept skipping it every year.
Right. And I think you had to have a math class each year, so I would I'd basically take the easiest one that they had available, like whatever, like the lowest on the
Like Algebra 1 or something.
Right. Yeah. Well, because in 8th grade I was taking a whatever class that would have been, and fucking aced it. I mean, with little to no effort. So they recommended me to move up to like the next highest level for the 9th grade.
Right.
And bombed it like you wouldn't believe. Because apparently what they don't seem to realize is just because you're really good in one math class the year before, they're essentially, when they recommend you to bump up, they're essentially telling you to bump up like 3 levels.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. It's like, hey, you really aced Algebra 1. Here's Trigonometry 1.
Yeah.
What?
I can't even spell trigonometry. I still can't.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to drop that class and move back down to the retarded kids class.
Oh. Well, hey,
Yeah.
you get a straight A in my book.
Well, thank you.
But, yeah, high school. Fun times.
No.
Who didn't love high school? I took gym class my freshman year, and I remember I ripped, like, you were allowed to miss, I think it was like 10 classes, but you had to write a 1-page report on a athlete for each class you missed to get credit for it. So I missed like the absolute most I could,
Great.
and wrote like, why Pete Rose is awesome or whatever. And then I kept like putting off taking gym until my senior year. So I took gym my senior year, and mostly I spent the entire time like playing volleyball or jump rope with the girls, because like they would let you split off however you wanted to, and just as long as you were exercising. And like all the dudes would go over and play basketball, and then all the girls would play like volleyball or jump rope or something. And and I wasn't as competitive as the other guys,
Right.
so I was like, I should just play with the girls, and that was a lot more fun for several reasons.
I could imagine some of them.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, first of all, there was no pressure against all the like alpha males that
Right.
dominated the class, and then second of all, you get to watch like high school girls bounce around for
Right.
45 minutes. You know, I never like dated any of them or anything, but you know,
They
played
fueled
volleyball.
many a dream for you,
Yeah,
didn't they?
exactly. Yeah, that was all I needed. That's all I needed.
Then you get out of school and you go to the local comic shop to start work and talk about all the hot high school chicks to Jack, right?
Yeah, yeah, or 80% of the other clientele.
Right, right.
'Cause they're all into that. In fact, one of them is on the watch list. One of our customers,
Watch list.
like
The sexual predator
yeah,
watch list?
Yeah.
Alright.
He will go unnamed
Okay.
for his protection.
Is this a recent thing that has happened? Or?
No, it was years
No.
back.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did you come to know about this?
One of our other customers who had kids was like, "That guy there, I'm pretty sure I saw him on the like sexual predator watch list." And I was like, "No, he's a nice guy." And then I was like, for fun, I went to the sexual predators watch list, as one does.
Right.
Saw his picture there.
I'm surprised that you only saw one customer on the list.
Well, most of them had probably shaved their mustaches and stopped wearing glasses, so we wouldn't recognize them anymore. Creepiness. So we had a fun time last night.
Yeah, for the
Yeah.
most part.
Yeah.
I'm paying for it today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had some injuries.
I did, yeah. It was a full day for me, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Maybe we should save this for post-show.
Okay, let's do that.
Alright.
Remind me.
No, I will.
Talk about your injury.
Oh, not a problem.
So we're talking about Midnight Meat Train? Or is that what we're doing?
We could.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see any reason why not. That is kind of why we're here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, kind of.
Kinda. First of all, I'm sorry, I'm already sidetracking when we're trying to get on track.
Oh no, it's fine. It's the way it goes. Over here.
Oh, Joe and I have been doing our league night shows, and as episodes progress, we are getting more and more like gutter trash.
Oh, I'm sorry.
As we are.
Sorry to hear that.
So far, we've still kept it under half an hour.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
But each episode gets a little bit longer and a little more rambly.
Yeah, it's kind of It's kind of
easy to do.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, if this was our job,
Right.
and we were getting paid to give an accurate and
In-depth.
and insightful review
Right.
of something, we would do it.
Yeah.
But we're
Right,
not.
so-
This is us
Exactly.
having fun, and if we choose to review the thing we're supposed to,
Right.
it's a bonus.
No way.
Yeah. Because I just kind of like sitting here, shooting the shit, and drinking a beer with
That is no
my
help.
buddy Eric.
Cheers.
Cheers to you, sir.
Glass against plastic.
Yeah.
So, anyhow. Midnight Meat Train.
Midnight Meat Train.
Based on the Clive Barker short story from, I believe, The Books of Blood, Volume 1.
That's short stories? Books of Blood?
Huh?
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought that was like a series of like giant fucking novels.
No.
Really? The Books of Blood?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love Clive Barker short stories, and I've skipped that.
There's like 3 of them.
I know they're huge, right?
No.
What?
No. Yeah. I don't think they're more than 200 pages each.
What am I thinking of? Which one? Oh, The Great and Secret Show. Is that the giant thick
Those are the giant ones that is a series of novels, and there's only 2 of those.
Okay, what? I still thought The Books of Blood was a series because, I've read a...
Yeah, it's a series, Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3.
I thought they were like one giant continuation
Oh,
story.
no.
Oh, man, I need to pick those up. I've only read a couple of Clive Barker books. I read The Thief of Always,
Yeah.
and I read one of his short story collections.
Cabal,
No,
In the Flesh. Damnation game?
Is there one called Tapping something?
Tapping the Vein?
Maybe that one. I don't know.
Tapping the Vein.
Maybe it's in the flesh. It was back in high school.
Huh.
Back when I was playing volleyball with black girls.
Right. If you turn around, and between the stack of comics and the amp.
See it? Okay.
Yeah.
There's a stack of Clive Barker books. Wow, there's the Books of Blood. Volume 1, 2, and 3. They are in fact short stories. I had no idea. I've never bought these just because I didn't want to get into a big series of books.
Right.
Wow. Wow, you can learn something on a podcast.
Yeah, let's see. Volume 1, 210 pages.
Which includes Midnight Meat Train.
Volume 2,
Gosh.
197 pages. Volume 3, 193 pages.
Wow, they get shorter. Well, once I finish the 2 books I'm reading now,
Okay.
I might have to pick one of those up or borrow one or something.
I will be more than happy to lend these to you, because there's quite a few good stories in here.
That's awesome. I loved his... Does it have a list of, like, other books by Clive Barker at the beginning? Because I bet I'd recognize the one I read.
Well, considering that I bought these in, like, 1990...
Yeah, okay.
they don't have a full list. They just have Books of Blood 1 through 3 and the Damnation game.
Huh.
Which is also a... wait, no, that's actually a novel. Never mind. Because, there's... in addition to these 3, there's In the Flesh, Cabal, and...
None of this sounds familiar. I'm thinking it might be the other one that I read.
there's another one, but I can't think of the name of it right off the top of my head. And those 3 are all short story collections.
Okay.
Cabal having like a couple of short stories and like a novella. Nightbreed.
Nightbreed, okay. Yeah. I haven't read that one.
Yeah. Although it's not called Nightbreed, it's called Cabal.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Wow. I learned something.
Yeah, I'm nerding out on Clive Barker because
It's fun. It's
I'm
good
a
stuff.
Clive Barker nerd.
It's good stuff.
I'm a big fucking fan.
I'm not a huge fan, but everything I've read, I liked. I really liked Thief of Always. I thought that was great.
That was a great book too. It's got a series that he started of like children's young adult books called Abarat, which I think he's only done 2 of those. I think that was his attempt at trying to cash in at the Harry Potter thing.
Oh wow! Yeah.
But yeah, the volume 1 is the one that has the Midnight Meat Train. It's the second story, but the first story, maybe if you had read that, maybe you would think that it was all one giant thing. Because it is basically the story about how all of these short stories came to be.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, the Midnight Meat Train.
Wow. That's awesome.
It has been years since I've read this.
That's exciting. I love it when I find out there's like, a whole slew of books by a writer that I didn't know existed.
Right. Well, you knew these existed.
Well,
You just were unaware of what they actually were.
I had no interest in. I don't know why. Maybe it's the attention span of someone who grew up in the '80s watching 6 hours of television every night.
Yeah.
But I don't have the attention span to read more than one novel that is part of the same story.
Right.
Like I have no interest in that.
Right. It's it can be daunting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I like closure, and I like not feeling like I
have to read something else. Right?
Like I like these first 2, so I guess I have to read the next 4.
Right.
Like if I'd rather switch off to something else by a different writer, I'd rather not have to remember things. And,
It's amazing you like comics. Because that's essentially what comics are.
But I usually wait until they're all like the whole story's out, and then just read the whole thing. Yeah.
But I've read a couple of series of novels. The Charlie Houston vampire detective novels. I've read those, at least most of them. I started trying to read the Stephen King Dark Tower series.
Right.
I made it through 3 of those out of 7.
Wow.
And that's pretty much it.
I read
The Great and Secret Show. I read both of those.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Those are like 8,000 pages each.
They're not that big, but they're awesome.
Wow.
They are fantastic. But if you love closure, I would not recommend them to you because he still hasn't finished them.
It's supposed to be a trilogy or something?
I think so, yeah.
See, the same thing happened to me. I read the first 2 Three's Company novels, Larry's Big Score and Mr. Furley's Night Out, and they never did wrap it up with the third one. I've been waiting 20 years for that to actually hit the streets. So I know what you mean. I feel you.
All right.
So Midnight Meat Train, it's more than a story, it's a movie.
It is a movie.
Even one might even say a film.
I would say a film.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was probably shot on film. Partially, anyway.
Yeah.
Digitized later, so the effects could be added.
Which is cool, because there were some cool effects.
There were some very David Finchery rip-off moments.
Yeah. Yeah. Was that Sam Raimi's brother?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's his name?
Ted Raimi.
Ted Raimi. I wanted to call him Ivan Raimi for some reason.
That is Sam Raimi's other brother.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Okay.
He's the one who co-wrote Army of Darkness, Spider-Man 2, and I think Drag Me to Hell.
Yeah.
He's also a doctor, apparently.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then Ted Raimi is the one we saw,
Yeah.
who is usually the sidekick in crappy Bruce Campbell movies.
Or Xena TV shows.
Or Xena TV shows. Or like in this movie, a victim.
Yeah.
Cameo victim.
Cameo victim. Yeah. I think he had a couple lines, but
He had a couple lines, but it
It's
didn't
mostly-
matter.
yeah.
Because what was coming was getting his fucking head pounded so his eyeballs popped out of him in super slow-mo with a gigantic amount of blood coming out of the wound.
Pretty sweet.
Fuck yeah. If you haven't guessed it, between the Clive Barker connection or what I just described, Midnight Meat Train's a horror movie.
Yeah.
Or the title.
Yeah. Well, originally, I thought it.
There's only 2 ways that the title could go with what type of movie it's going to be.
Yes, yeah. And either one I'm willing to watch. Yeah, it's kind of a memorable title. It's a head-turning title, you know.
Yeah.
But apparently, what was the deal? It didn't make it to theaters, or like
It made it to theaters. It's it opened only in discount theaters.
Oh, like Danbury's and whatnot.
Yep.
See, that sucks.
Yeah, it does. So, like, the only way it could have been successful is if basically everyone flocked to see that movie when it opened, like, multiple times.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, because you're seeing it for $2
Right,
instead of
yeah.
20 or whatever the director's hall costs now. 75.
Right. But, I guess what happened was the movie was made. I thought I had the disc with me here. I'm an idiot. The movie was made in like 2006. It didn't get released till like 2008 because it was I believe a Miramax film, or no, Lionsgate. I'm sorry. And like there was a change in management. The previous management loved the movie. The new management hated the movie and didn't want to release it. Which, I have to say, I don't understand at all. If you hate it, why keep it? Like, why keep it hidden? Because it costs you money anyway.
Right, yeah.
So
Might as
why
well
not
recoup.
why not try to, at least, right?
Right.
I mean, you never know. It could all of a sudden become a mystery hit.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Things happen.
worse movies have become more successful.
Right, yeah.
You know, Jeepers Creepers, Saw.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow, yeah. There's like 6 Saws.
6 currently, 7th being made in 3D.
Holy crap. Saw in
Yeah.
3D. Oh, calm me down. I need a fainting couch or whatever they call it.
I just found your voice.
Yeah, you did. You know, we just got a fainting couch. I don't know what they call them, but my roommates found one somewhere. Somebody was getting rid of this old like.
Right, yeah.
It's like a couch, but only has no back and only has one arm.
One arm, yeah.
And we have one now.
Nice. That's useless
Well,
entirely.
what if hear me out. What if I'm
What
wearing
if you faint?
I'm wearing a corset.
Okay.
It's too tight. I come in from a ball or whatever,
Right,
and I just faint right on the fainting couch.
You'd have to make it to the couch. That seems like some effort.
It's right by the door.
Oh, okay. Well, that is convenient.
Yeah.
I believe Betty Draper bought a fainting couch
Really?
in the previous season of Mad Men. So you're right up there with Betty Draper.
Wow, that's all I've ever wanted.
And now Don Draper's going to leave you.
Oh,
And he's going to be sad because you're mean to his kids.
oh no, I like the kids. And I like babysitting for that kid that likes to walk in when I'm in the bathroom.
Right, right.
That's my favorite thing.
That kid has returned to this season.
Has he?
And he is even more creepy.
Really?
Yes.
Towards Betty Draper?
Just in general. I think they're going to reveal that kid is going to be like Jeffrey Dahmer or something.
Oh wow, really?
I don't know, but he's fucking creepy.
Maybe Ted Bundy. This is.
It could be a Ted Bundy. Yeah, yeah. I don't know what serial killer was born in the '60s and raised in New York. Here,
I don't know where Ted Bundy was raised, but I bet he was probably 60s, right?
I don't know. Probably. Anyhow,
Midnight Meat Train.
Midnight Meat Train, also about a serial killer, sorta.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kinda.
Played by Vinnie Jones in his best role ever because he doesn't talk.
He was great in what was it, Lock, Stock, or
Which
one
I don't
was
know. Did he talk in that movie?
yeah, the one where he mentions that they have replica written on the side of their guns. Was that Lock, Stock, or was that the other one?
I don't know. It's been a very long time. He's good in the 2 Guy Ritchie movies, sure.
Yeah, but yeah, not so much as the Juggernaut.
Not so much as the Juggernaut. Maybe his second best role is probably, or outside of those 2 movies, is probably Gone in 60 Seconds, another movie where he doesn't talk.
I haven't seen that one. Is that like a Martin Lawrence movie with Charlie Sheen or something? What is it?
That's a Nicolas Cage movie with Angelina Jolie.
That is the 2. That's the 2.
And, of course, Vinnie Jones.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I like Vinnie Jones. Didn't really know his name.
You keep calling him Bill Too Tony. You always have.
Yeah.
I've always corrected you. You'll most likely forget again when you leave here tonight.
Jeremy Jones. I love him. Tony Jones? What the fuck was his name? I really don't remember.
Jeffrey Jones.
Jeffrey Jones.
He's
yeah.
the pedophile.
He's the pedophile that shops at Mavericks, yeah.
Who also happened to be in Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Beetlejuice.
And Sleepy Hollow. And Ed Wood. He's all over some Tim Burton.
Yeah, he is.
He's all over Tim Burton as if he was a 5-year-old boy. Hello. Oh, no, I think he was into 5-year-old girls. To his credit.
To his credit, yes.
Because who isn't it? One time or another, we've all went through the phase. Mostly when we were 5.
Right.
But, Jeffrey Jones just keeping it alive. Don't know when to quit.
Nope. To his detriment.
Yeah, that's right.
It's actually too bad because he is a pretty good actor.
He's funny.
Yeah. Ever seen the movie Ravenous?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Another
Definitely
movie
love
that is full of gore. Much like the one we just watched.
Midnight
Meat Train.
That's right.
fabulously gory.
Yeah.
Ridiculously gory.
Pools of blood.
Literally.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not literally.
Not like a swimming pool.
Not, not. People aren't swimming in it, but
No.
they're coated.
Yeah, coated.
Coated heavily.
Sliding through it.
Sliding through it like a slip and slide.
Yeah, kind of like a bloody slip and slide. Kind of like a giant tampon as a slip and slide. Yeah. Kind of
Okay.
Like that. I think my favorite scene, speaking of that, is that shot where Bulletooth Tony's dragging a lady through the subway, and you just see from her point of view like the hands.
Oh, I couldn't watch that.
Oh my gosh,
I could not watch
that
that.
was awesome.
Because
The fingernail thing.
it's the fingernail thing.
Yeah.
This movie has it all. It has pulling teeth. It has fingernails being pulled and clawing at things that shouldn't be clawed at.
Yeah,
And
you
it
can hear them
has-
popping out.
Yeah. And it has eyeball injuries.
Yeah, it does.
Multiple eyeball
The only thing it
injuries.
doesn't have is vomiting. There was no vomiting. I even thought I thought the girlfriend was about to vomit when
Right.
she saw some of the gore, but she didn't.
Yeah.
So if you have a vomit thing, Kathleen Coyle, you can totally watch it.
Yeah, but it's a very rare movie that I shy away from things that are happening. But it hit the big three.
Yeah, the big three.
Those are my big three.
The fingernails.
Fingernails, teeth, and eyeballs.
Yeah. Well, the eyeballs thing too.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Wow.
The movie Zombie, with the woman being pulled eye first into the splinter of the door. Ugh, nuh-uh.
Oh, okay.
Can't do it.
See, I can get behind the fingernail thing mostly for the sound. Like if it was just the visual, it wouldn't bother me, but the sound is what does it.
Yeah.
The teeth, I don't really mind, and then the eyes, it's like nothing. Yeah. It's creepy,
Yeah.
but it doesn't bother me like the fingernail thing.
You're not human then.
Fingernail thing bothers me. I'm with you.
Okay, alright. At least there's that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this movie looks awesome.
Yeah.
Like just the color and the, I don't know, it just looks great. It looks like some awesome horror dream that you have, you know?
That it does. It's got a little bit of the thing that I hate a lot in horror movies, where, things speed up and slow down for little to no reason, or maybe a little bit of, the jittery cam thing going on.
Right.
But there's not a ton of it. It definitely doesn't overplay that.
Right.
So I can definitely get behind how the direction of it and the look and feel.
And I do think, a couple times, where things are sped up, it just didn't seem to, be a necessity.
A necessity, yeah.
But the one time that I thought it was brilliant was whenever...
It was when Ted Raimi got killed.
no, it's when was it Leon, the main character?
Yeah.
When he's spying on Bulletooth Tony, and he's just, sitting there waiting for a train.
Yeah.
And
the passage of time.
Yeah, because you saw all the people go by, and then the killer is just
sitting there,
frozen almost.
Yeah.
He's not scared or anything. He's just biding his time.
Right.
And I thought that was a great way to show that hours passed.
Yeah, I agree with you in that, and to that effect, I guess in order to make that not seem jarring when that scene happened, I guess that would explain the previous times in the movie that had happened.
Right.
Because I think if that would have just come out of nowhere, it would have been a little off-putting.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I take it you enjoyed this.
I really liked it.
All right.
I'd say I expected to enjoy it, but I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot more than I would have anticipated.
Sea Lionsgate, you fucked up.
Yeah.
You done fucked up.
You could have got our $1.75 each when we went to the Danbury.
Well, they did get my $1.75.
Yeah.
My ex and I were hanging out for my birthday 2 years ago when this was released. And we were going to go see The Dark Knight because she hadn't at that time. And I promised her that I'd go, even though I really didn't want to.
Right.
But then I saw that the Midnight Meat Train was going to be at the Danbury and said, let's do that.
Yeah.
And explained the whole situation to her, and also want to support a small movie whenever possible. She went for it, and she loves horror movies too, and it was fucking awesome.
It kind of does make me... I went and saw Dark Knight twice. I definitely wish I would have seen this in the theater instead of the second time.
Right.
I don't know about... I mean, like, I don't know if I'd say apples and oranges, because I really like both, but
It's still kind of apples and oranges. Obviously, The Dark Knight is going to appeal to a wider audience than Midnight Meat Train.
Right.
Yeah. But, yeah, like, I'm glad that I was able to see it in the theater, and, even though I only gave them my $2,
Yeah.
I did also eventually buy it on DVD, so,
Yeah. And now you're publicly telling the world to go see it.
Hell yeah.
I mean, 4 people at a time, but still.
Still, yeah.
Brian, Kurt, Pat, Kathleen, go see it.
Yeah.
John.
I'm sure most of them already have, anyway.
Yeah.
At least Kurt, right? I would assume.
He likes the horror movies.
He likes the horror.
Kurt,
yeah.
Go see this movie if you have. Rent it, Redbox it, whatever you need to do.
Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Netflix.
Make it happen.
Yeah. Of course, we also have the listener that we never mention, probably because we've never met him and don't know him personally. But James, who lives somewhere here in the Ohio, Dayton-ish
Hi, James.
region.
Check it out, buddy. Check out Midnight Meat Train.
Heck yeah.
What was I going to say about this movie? There was like something I was like going to try to remember. Oh. No, that wasn't it.
No?
Go ahead.
Okay. We got Bradley Cooper as the lead role of Leon, a photographer. Pretty much right before he blew the fuck up.
Oh, I never heard of him.
Oh, you've seen movies with him.
Really?
The Hangover.
Which one's he?
The handsome guy that looks like Bradley Cooper who was in this movie.
Mike Tyson?
The one without the face tattoo.
Oh, okay.
And not Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah.
I know, that's confusing.
Super handsome. Yeah, I didn't recognize him. Yeah, he was good.
He was also Face in the A-Team movie.
Really?
Yeah. But yeah, this was, pretty much right before he started taking off. I know I had seen him in, like, some TV shows beforehand. I think he was also in the movie Wedding Crashers. Not sure.
I never saw him.
Yeah. But,
Yeah, he was very
very good in this.
I like how right from pretty much the onset of the movie, it focuses on Leon and it also focuses on the killer, and you're basically seeing, it's not like your typical slasher movie where you only see the slasher when the main character is in the same room with him.
Right.
You see the slasher like getting ready.
Right.
He's like fixing things at his house, and
he's
just a guy in the movie.
Right. Yeah.
He happens to also be killing other people in the movie.
Right. Well, it's like what you say. It's like every Friday the 13th movie is based on Jason Voorhees, but we only see him when he's ready to kill someone.
Right. Exactly.
So, but this is a movie based on this guy. So hey, we get to see what he does.
Yeah, you can see
In
him.
addition to what the victims do.
Right. You
Yeah.
see him going to work.
Right.
See him putting on a tux.
And he has a job.
Yeah,
He has a day job.
Yeah, I really like that. Like it really like added a level of reality to
Right.
things because it wasn't all of a sudden like. I mean, I know I mentioned earlier in the show here that it reminded me of like a horror dream that you might have.
Right.
But like the story itself is not dreamlike because it's not like just some scary boogeyman. It's like here's a guy,
Right.
and he's got things that he does
Right.
other than kill people, and it kind of just it really adds a lot to like show a little bit of that.
And I don't know how far we want to go into spoilers for this thing, but he's not killing people just because he's a mad psycho slasher.
Right.
There's a purpose to what he's doing.
Yeah.
And
Well, I mean, most of the good ones, the good killers, think that they have a purpose, right?
right, well,
Like dogs are telling them what to do, or like Satan, or
right.
Discovery Channel's not
Right.
telling people to use a condom, or whatever.
But this isn't just Jason Voorhees or Michael Myers just killing horny teenagers. You know?
Right.
There is at least one thing that I can think of off the top of my head that maybe I wish they had explained. We see Vinnie Jones, Bulletooth Tony, Mahogany. These are all his names.
Yeah.
His character in the movie is called Mahogany.
Because of his briefcase, right?
I have no idea.
I think it said Mahogany on the side of his briefcase.
Yeah, because that's his name.
Oh, okay. See, I'm causing an effect in here. I thought his name was based on his briefcase, but maybe his briefcase is based on his name.
Yeah, I would say that probably
Okay.
is how that worked out. Yeah. We've seen him a few times. He has like attacks, like seizures here and
Yeah.
there. Then we see him one of the times in his apartments where he takes off his shirt and he's got these weird pustule things
Uh-huh.
that he cuts off of his body and puts in jars. I wanted to know what the fuck that was about.
Yeah. Do you remember, maybe it's been like a decade since you've read the story, but did they go into
I
that?
cannot remember at all.
Okay. Yeah, I'm curious if that's... Because I know it's only a short story, so maybe they, didn't...
I definitely don't think they went in
Right.
to a lot of depth, but
Yeah.
I'm also guessing that there's things in the movie that weren't in the book at all.
Right, because they wanted to
Because I-
just flesh it out.
Yeah, I cannot recall there being a girlfriend or love interest or anything like that in the short story, or a diner, or
An art show.
Yeah.
Or a train. Or a
Brooke
murder.
Shields.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, was that Brooke Shields?
Yes, it was.
Okay. Yeah, wow. That's awesome. She was great in that movie.
Yeah, she was alright.
And was the artwork that they were looking at when they first got there, was that Clive Barker artwork?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
it
so
was.
cool. So cool. I love nerdy stuff like that when they hide something to do with the writer or director in the movie.
Right,
It's almost like a Alfred Hitchcock appearance or something.
right.
Or like, yeah,
Yeah.
just
Or Stan Lee cameo.
See you next Wednesday, or that sort of thing.
Yeah.
The John Lennon thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Stanley.
Or Stanley, yeah. As Hugh Hefner. Or whatever.
This is inadvertently, did not really plan this.
Mm-hmm.
The second movie in a row we've watched about a large urban city after hours
Oh, yeah.
and the horrible things that happen.
Yeah. One of them you get wrapped in plaster by Cheech and Chong. The other you get, well, we don't want to say.
Yeah. Well, you get murdered on a train.
Yeah, murdered on a train for a greater, darker purpose
Yes.
than one might realize. Yeah, there's a twist. We won't spoil that.
Right.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't
Unless
know.
you want to.
Yeah.
But yeah, it gets
weird.
It gets Clive Barker-ish
Oh,
towards
yeah.
the end of the movie.
Yeah. I kind of want to see a sequel and focus on the conductor of the train.
He's cool. Yeah. Yeah, he's got like this zombie William H. Macy quality to him.
That's towards the very end of the movie when he's doing his thing, like when he finally becomes a character rather than
Has
a
some
plot device.
Speaking roles. And whatnot.
Yeah. There's a scene like he does something and he kind of tilts his head, and I swear to Christ, I thought he looked like Dennis Hopper.
Really?
Yeah. Like a really like early '80s, like around Apocalypse Now,
okay.
Dennis Hopper with a buzz cut.
Well, that's kind of weird because I swear whenever Mahogany walks out of his apartment
Yeah.
and you see like the hallway of his apartment, I swear it looks exactly like the Dorothy Valens from Blue Velvet with Dennis Hopper in it.
Yeah.
Where he goes to see her, and I swear it looks like the exact same apartment.
Maybe it
hallway.
is.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Blue Velvet, but I'm assuming it takes place in Los Angeles, doesn't it?
Lumberton. Well, I
guess not then.
Yeah, I don't know where it's. I don't know where it's
Okay.
actually filmed. I don't know, but
For some reason in my head, then somehow I've made this up that David Lynch only makes movies about old Los Angeles.
well, Dune was old Los Angeles.
Well, the giant sandworms.
Yeah,
Right.
they got rid of those. I mean, that's old Los Angeles.
Right. That's pre-prohibition.
Yeah, that's like 1920s. Yeah,
Right, yeah.
That's why people were drinking. They were like, I can't deal with the fucking sandworms and the humidity. No. I don't know.
I want to say something, but I think if I say it, it may give away the ending of the movie.
Oh, okay. Do you want to say spoiler and then go ahead?
Spoiler.
Here it comes. We're blowing it.
There is. I don't know if this was intentional when they cast the movie, and I know that you'll probably think I'm crazy for saying this, but I think beyond the age difference and size difference, there are some similarities between the physical appearance of Vinnie Jones and Bradley Cooper.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if that caused them to cast them due to what happens at the end of the movie.
Oh, that's not too much of a spoiler.
Yeah.
So you paused it and watched it for nothing. Yeah, I agree. Because actually, for a second there, I was like, at the end of the movie, I was like, oh, wait a minute, is that still him? Because I thought it was going to be Leon.
Right.
And then I was like,
Well, now you just spoiled it.
yeah.
Totally.
Well, no,
Right.
completely. Not
Right.
completely.
Well, I think everyone will be able to infer what we're talking about at this point.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I agree.
Okay.
Like, I really did. I was like, for a second, I was like, wait a minute, they're not doing what I thought they were going to do.
Right.
Yeah, maybe it's the haircut and just the body language. Or whatever.
And, wearing a suit.
Yeah.
Everybody looks good in a suit.
Oh man, suit up, right?
I wish I could. I need a suit.
I was at Target today and I was looking at the suits because Dusty was trying to buy a hat,
Right.
and I was like, man, I wish I could pull that off without looking like I was trying to be ironic or sarcastic. But I work at a comic shop and I do a drunken podcast.
Right.
I'm not a suit wearing dude right now.
At least the things that you do mostly in your everyday life aren't suit type things.
Right? Yeah.
I think you and your lady could go out to a nice dinner on
Yeah,
a Friday.
yeah.
You can pull off a suit.
Yeah.
Maybe go see a movie. I don't know if that would be a thing.
Maybe next time I set up at Space, that'd be classy.
There you go. Yeah,
Classy.
Yeah.
Get some people over to the table.
Yeah. But I would imagine that'd be hot.
Yeah.
Wearing a suit at a comic shop or show. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd be hot wearing a suit wherever I was.
Yeah. It's true. Yeah. I don't know. So yeah, I'm really glad that you liked this movie.
Yeah, such a good movie. Such a good horror movie.
Yeah.
Anyone I know that likes horror movies, this will be recommended to them personally.
Nice.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Very good. It's too bad that it kind of got buried.
Yeah. And the director could not pronounce his name for $1 million if you asked me to.
Japanese person?
This is a Japanese director. I hope that he got more work after this,
Yeah.
and I hope that basically Lionsgate didn't fuck him over.
Started with a K, first name.
Started with an R.
Yeah, see, told you. Yeah, look him up. There's a K and an R somewhere in his name.
I think his last name starts with a K.
Okay,
I'll
that's
give you
fine.
that.
Okay. Okay.
Just IMDb and Midnight Matron. Click on the director's
RK
name.
Post.
Yeah.
That's who wrote it.
Okay. Anything else?
No. Yeah. Great movie.
Yeah.
Good pick. Lots of blood. Fun.
Lots of fucking blood.
Fun. I mean, it's not fun like a Gwar concert. It's
No.
not goofy.
It's not. It's definitely not a horror comedy by any means.
No, it's no Dead Alive.
Yeah.
But it's not like it. It really doesn't make you feel too sick, or at least it didn't.
Yeah, it's definitely not torture porn.
Yeah, it was just a good bloody horror movie.
Yeah. It had sort of a plot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
Sort of a plot, well acted.
I'd say it's a smart slasher movie.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a smart slasher movie. It's a slasher movie for people who aren't fucking morons.
Nice.
So if you're not a fucking moron, check it out. And if
Nice.
you are, check it out anyway.
Okay. Good deal. Yeah, I think it's a slasher for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay.
All right, let's take a break.
All right.
shit. Hi, boy. I thought you might have forgotten about good old mashed potatoes. I was listening to your plan, Squid's God, and I think you might have forgotten a couple lessons about them blues. So guys, now listen to this. I say, hey, I got blues, and a mashed potato Johnson. Alright, boys, you know what you do. I'm gonna let myself out of here. 10 o'clock roll. Here comes the so-called train burger coming. As long as you take the kids and pockets from away from you, your face will hit your heart again in the early morning. You could really your comes a spinal break and crack it through. You could always stop the train and feel like your body's numbers from a balance. Not tomorrow, taking is your life. And you play a dice, cause the murder train and turn it to your brain.
Welcome back to Gutter Trash.
I was almost going to break out into Welcome Back, Cotter, but could not remember any of the words outside of the ones that you just said.
Yeah. Wow, that's all I remember too. Something about John Travolta. I don't know.
Up your nose with a rubber hose.
Is that? I don't think that.
Yeah. I want to mention, because I don't think we actually had this conversation on air the last episode, but the song you just heard is one of two songs that I thought of to put for this episode. And I mentioned them to you. And one of those songs you had never heard.
Oh, yeah.
Ever.
Yeah. Ever.
I think the most obvious song that could have been picked for this show would have been The Midnight Train to Georgia by Gladys Knights and the Pips. A incredibly famous,
kind of
classic Motown song from about 40 years ago that has probably been played once a day, every day for the past 40 years.
Oh, at least.
And has probably also been featured in many movies on their soundtrack. And you have never heard of it.
I'd never heard of it. Yeah. You mentioned it, and I was like, I don't recognize that. So you actually dug it up and played it.
Yeah.
I still didn't recognize it.
I am amazed.
I know, me too.
Like, when you were growing up, did your mom or dad just never listen to the radio?
No, they had country cassette tapes.
Oh,
and that was
okay.
it.
Well, that explains somewhat. Okay, I mean, that does kind of explain away a little bit. Because my parents were definitely listening to oldies and stuff, so...
Right. Well, see, I've listened to the oldies. Like, I've taken road trips before where I listened to oldies for hours, and... Like, I've heard of Gladys Knight and the Pips, and I've heard some of their music, and yeah, I don't remember that one, though. Wow. Yeah. That's too bad.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm a fan.
Well.
I'm Motowning it with the best of them.
Well, I still didn't pick it for the show.
Oh. So what did we just hear? I don't even know.
We just heard Death Clock.
Oh, okay.
The murder train a-comin'.
Oh. That seems perfect, too. Seems very appropriate. During the break, I actually read the first 2 pages of Midnight Meat Train.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cool. It was like a 2-page, kind of like an intro setting of the atmosphere. and it was all about Leon and how in love with New York he was,
Right.
and like what a beautiful city he always thought it was for like 20 years, and he wanted to move there. And now that he's been there for 3 months, he thinks he's starting to see the dark underbelly. But they keep referring, it's like a she to him.
Right.
Like he's like, she is this and she's that. I thought that was kind of interesting. Like it's more like about him finally seeing the underside of the city.
Right.
I mean, I guess the movie's kind of like that too. But
Similar.
yeah, they just kind of hit you over the head with it from the beginning, as if that you're being hit in the head with a fucking meat
Mallet.
tenderizer.
Right,
Yeah.
The world's largest meat tenderizer.
Yeah. But yeah, so I wanna read that sometime. It sounds good.
Yeah. Well, whenever you finish reading whatever it is you're reading now, I'll lend those to you.
Actually, I'm reading Geek Love, and I'm
You're still reading that.
I know. Well, I haven't. See, here's what happened. I was reading Geek Love because my girlfriend's like, I love this book. I think you'd like it too.
Yeah.
You should borrow it. And so I borrowed it, and I read like the first 40 pages, and then I was getting my oil changed. This is not a euphemism. I was actually getting my oil changed.
I did not assume it was.
I
I assumed you were actually getting your oil
I was.
changed.
I dropped my car off, and they were like, "Yeah, it'll be a while," because I don't go to the Jiffy Lube
Right.
5-minute oil change places. I'd rather get it done right.
Right.
So I go to my regular mechanic and pay like $5 extra, but
Right.
I know it's done correctly by men instead of 14-year-old boys.
I'm pretty sure that everywhere they have to be highly trained.
At Jiffy Lube?
Yes.
I don't know. I've met finger puppets that are smarter than some of the Jiffy Lube employees I've met.
I've met finger puppets smarter than people who work at small independent mechanics.
Yeah, I just don't trust them. Don't trust them.
Right.
I don't trust the Midas. I don't trust the Jiffy Lube. Don't like them. Don't trust them.
Oh, I'm going to say that they're fucking liars.
Yeah.
And they will do everything to milk you out of
they've
all of your money.
They've ripped me off literally before.
Yes.
Midas has.
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure they know what they're doing.
They know
They're just deceitful.
And
they're
lazy.
not idiots.
Yeah, they're lazy,
well, they're
deceitful
idiots.
bastards.
But they're idiots and they're deceitful, but they know how to do what the things that they're doing are.
That they're supposed to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so I dropped my car off, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I realized I didn't bring my sketchbook or anything to read.
Yeah.
So I walk over to the thrift store, and I was like scanning their books, and it's mostly, if you've been to the thrift store looking at books, it's mostly like self-help and like Bibles,
Like romance novels and like
lots
kids
of-
books.
Yeah, exactly. But somewhere amongst all that, I found an Edgar Rice Burroughs book,
Right.
The Land That Time Forgot, for 50 cents. And I was like, I've never read any Edgar Rice Burroughs, so I'll pick it up. And I just finished it today, actually. It was really good. I liked it a lot. I don't know if there's a movie version, but if there is, I want to check it out. So now I'm ready to read Geek Love,
Right.
to finish it up.
Yeah.
And if I get an oil change or have a doctor's appointment or have to go to the DMV, I'm going to take Geek Love with me,
Right.
so I can read it.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to
Unless
read
you
the
forget
club.
it again. And
Unless
you'll
I
have
forget
to go to another thrift
Then I'll
store.
buy the Great and Secret Show and spend the next 7 years reading it.
I read The Great and Secret Show in 1 week.
Really?
Yeah. I was on vacation at the time, mentally.
Okay.
So,
That's still impressive.
Yeah.
And that's a phone book
yeah, it's pretty big.
full of words.
But not nearly as big as like Magica, which is another Clive Barker book. Or Weave World, I think, is also pretty big.
So what do you think about writers that write those like 700 to 1,000 page books? Is it like a masturbatory kind of? Is it like the equivalent of some Yngwie Malmsteen 12-minute guitar solo?
I guess that depends on how you define what a Yngwie Malmsteen 12-minute guitar solo would be. Is it masturbatory, or is it he's actually got something to prove? Or,
Right. Yeah.
or-
I mean, like, does it add something to the soundscape of the song?
right. I mean,
yeah.
like, is that how you're describing it, or
I don't know.
are you
I'm
describing
not
it
sure.
as masturbatory?
I'm not sure. I mean, I know I've heard some songs that have meandering guitar parts that
Right.
that are clearly masturbatory.
Right.
Not necessarily Yngwie, but yeah, I'm just curious because maybe it's me being a moron, or maybe I'm calling people out on being masturbatory writers, but
Right.
I've never wanted to read a book that was more than 400 or 500 pages. you know?
Right. Having read a few books that are like 1,000 pages long, mostly Stephen King novels.
Yeah.
The Stand and It, in particular, are both over 1,000 pages long. I would say, in the case of The Stand, definitely, it's masturbatory.
No, really. Okay.
There are a lot of things in that book that could be cut, and you'd still have the book, the way it is. It, I don't remember as well, but it seemed like that was all, kind of necessary. Because, in a way, it's almost 2 500-page books together.
Right. Yeah.
In the case of Clive Barker, Magica was definitely masturbatory. We of World was borderline masturbatory.
Yeah.
The Great and Secret Show, however, totally necessary.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That is a dense fucking series of books.
I don't know. It seems like there are perimeters to most art forms. Like, your movies in the 2 to 2.5 hour range.
Right.
Your songs in the 4 to 8 minute range.
I would say 3 to 5.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It seems like there's perimeters where, when it goes beyond a certain point, it's they require an editor, or they're just so famous at that point that they can do whatever they want.
Whatever the fuck they want. Yeah.
It's I don't know.
I don't know. It's I'm always a big proponent of people needing someone to tell them to shut the hell up.
Yeah. Right.
If we want to do comics, I think Warren Ellis is a fantastic writer who is great when he has someone telling him what to do.
Yeah.
And when he just goes off on his own and does whatever he feels like doing, it's usually pretty bad.
He just needs a little rain, something
Right,
to rain him in.
yeah.
Right.
And I would also say that under pressure and with guidance, I think, and clear boundaries, I think most artists actually excel in that situation because it makes them think in different ways.
Right.
And I think just left to anyone's own devices, they're just gonna go nuts all over the place.
Right. As we've talked about before, I like Bob Pollard a lot.
Yeah.
More than most people I know, but
Right.
But he clearly needs an editor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or at least he needs someone to tell him to not record every little sound that he makes.
Or record it, fine. Just don't publish it.
Okay.
Yeah.
He can have his own personal archives. That's fine.
In case he needs it later.
Right.
He needs a sample. He needs an inspiration.
Most artists have volumes and volumes of sketchbooks that they never show to anybody.
Yeah, exactly. That'd be like if Kevin Nolan put out a 2,000-page sketchbook.
Right.
Okay, that's cool if you're a Kevin Nolan completist, but whittle it down to 150 pages. Maybe the best stuff.
Yeah.
The best stuff.
So that's my theory.
Well, I'm with you.
Yeah. I'd also say someone who desperately needs that bitch slap is maybe George Lucas.
Oh yeah. I think it got to the point with him where he was so huge that people were like, "Well, we can't really tell George Lucas what to do."
Right, yeah. And that's usually what happens is someone becomes so successful and so famous. It's like, well, doing what he does is how he got that way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know?
People need to see every nose hair that he's plucked in order to get where he is today.
Yeah. Man, I had... when we saw Inception, I was predicting that I was going to hate that movie for pretty much this exact reason. Was because I figured with the success of The Dark Knight that Christopher Nolan was just pretty much going to go balls out on his ego.
Right.
And just put everything he ever wanted in this script. And it was just going to be this big clusterfuck of a movie because no one can stop me now.
Yeah.
And luckily it wasn't. But, I had that fear that this is going to be the movie that turns him into an insufferable prick.
It definitely was not in my top 3 favorite Christopher Nolan movies.
No, yeah.
But it was good. It was surprisingly good. I liked it a lot more than it was way different. Actually, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know that I did like it a lot more than I expected, actually, because I didn't know.
You had some expectations.
Yeah, I had some expectations, but I didn't know what they were. Like, I just thought it just seemed really awesome from the trailer.
Right.
But I think I don't know. I wouldn't say I was disappointed with it, but it just wasn't exactly what I thought it was going to be. But yeah, good movie. Just not. It's no Prestige, that's for sure.
No, definitely not.
But yeah.
All right, there we go.
So yeah.
Speaking of sketchbooks,
You got some good sketches.
I got one good sketch, and I saw a sketchbook.
Yeah.
We both had full days yesterday,
Yeah,
as
we did.
teased in the previous segment. I went to a Comic-Con, if you can call it that.
The world's smallest comic.
If you can call a comic convention in a building the size of my apartment, with Artist Alley in my living room,
Oh wow.
and the vendors area in this room.
hey, they got a couple people from Image though. That's good, right?
Well, they got Tim Seeley and whoever the guy is drawing Tim Seeley's book. Which could not tell you that guy's name.
I can't remember either.
His first name is Daniel. That's pretty much all I know.
Steele? Daniel Steele.
No, Daniel,
Oh.
not Danielle. But I went with my ex, who was a big Hack Slash fan, and she was super excited to meet him.
Sweet.
And, I wanted to meet him again. I met him a couple years
Chicago?
at Windy City.
No.
And because I decided that I'm going to start my own themed sketchbook.
Ooh.
So whenever I go to conventions, I'm going to have artist draw in it. Basically, I'm ripping off the idea from Joe G, who has a Flash sketchbook.
And you're doing a Flash sketchbook.
I am doing a Flash sketchbook.
Well,
But-
I wouldn't say it's a ripoff.
But
It's
here's
your
the,
Flash.
Here's the twist. Here's what makes it mine. The Flash is wearing Blue Beetle's costume.
Wow. Is it is that your first one?
Huh?
Was that your Tim Seeley, the first
Tim
one?
Seeley is the inaugural.
Wow.
Yeah. And I had met him, like I said, a couple years ago when we went to the Windy City Comic Con. Actually, it was last year, sorry. And again, like I said, my ex is a huge fan. She wanted some sketches if I met him, so I got her a couple sketches, which he was charging $10 a piece there, which is pretty good for a sketch.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Not as good as free, but
No,
pretty good.
free is the best.
Oh, yeah. But, we were both there again yesterday, and she wanted 2 sketches from him of Hack Slash characters, and he charged her $10 for 2 sketches. Like, total.
$10 total?
Yeah.
Wow.
So basically $5 a sketch.
That's a deal.
Yeah.
That's a deal.
And I said, hey, I would also like a sketch. Going a little out of your comfort zone. And he's like, oh, God. And I was like, I'd like you to draw the Blue Beetle. And he started laughing because he is studio mates with Mike Norton. And Mike Norton's favorite character is the Blue Beetle. And still needed reference.
Wow. Obviously, he's doesn't pay attention in the studio to what's going on. No, he's focused on his work.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Luckily, I had, in case of that situation, bought in the tiny, tiny vendor's room a Justice League quarter book that had the Blue Beetle in it.
Plus, you had your Blue Beetle underwear on.
Well, that too, yeah.
Yeah.
That was just in case I couldn't find a book.
Right.
Right.
Because you always want
Be prepared.
the opportunity.
Right,
to,
right.
Yeah.
But he drew it, and we finished it, and I asked him what I owed him, and he's like, yeah, I had fun.
See, that's great.
Yeah.
That's cool whenever you can tell that an artist just loves drawing.
Right.
It's not always about the money.
Yeah.
It's not about the cash. It's
Yeah.
about the art.
And it was pretty interesting. We basically were at his table for like an hour, and just in and out, just having little conversations with him and the other guy about comics and other artists, and Tony Harris in particular, and how much like you, Tim Seeley prefers a cartoonier Tony Harris.
Yeah, the Obergeist.
Yeah. And I looked at the original art from the other guy, who is currently drawing the Hack Slash series, Daniel something or other. And I'm not a fan of his. He definitely draws in that sort of women broken in half, bendy,
like 90s Gen 13 art kind of stuff.
Kinda, yeah. Like Gen 13 mixed with Dark Child.
Ooh, Dark Child. There was one that I'd forgotten about. Wow.
You're soon gonna have Dark Child all up in your face.
Oh, is it coming back?
There's a movie.
Dark Child, the movie?
Yes.
Oh, no. We'll have to add that to our list of bad movies to watch. Bad comic movies.
But, both were, super nice guys. The other guy, I would have had him draw a Blue Beetle sketch for me, but $20 for a head sketch, $60 for a bust sketch, and $100 for a full figure sketch.
What?
Yep.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone charge that much for a full figure sketch.
Especially not at the world's smallest comic convention.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Wow. Maybe he upped his price because he figured there'd be 10 times less people than normal.
Maybe.
Still, though, wow.
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
I think I've seen it. Adam Hughes.
$100?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh. At the very least.
I mean,
but
I know Joe's got some really nice ones, and some of the most expensive ones I remember him saying were $30 or $40.
Right. But, yeah, well, Adam Hughes has the reputation to charge that amount of money. Mm-hmm. He's one of those guys who, when he's at a convention, if you're not at his table within 5 minutes, his list fills up.
Yeah.
And then, even if you're on the list,
he might not get
he might not ever draw it because he doesn't feel like it.
Right.
I mean, that's the level of artist that he is.
Wow.
And this guy is the guy who is currently drawing Hack Slash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, more power to Adam Hughes and artists like that, but
right.
That seems like a lot.
It does seem like a lot,
yeah.
But again, I think if you have earned that reputation, then more power to you. But if you're the guy who has only ever drawn before this a Alice in Wonderland miniseries, this isn't that's not the price range you should be charging.
No offense to this man,
right?
But
and he's a fine artist for what he does. It's not my thing.
Yeah. No offense, because I can't even. I know I've seen his artwork, but I can't even remember it. But like to his anti-credit, I guess I would say, you met him. Yeah. I work in a comic shop that stocks his books. Right. I order his books. Right. Neither one of us know his name. Right. So, maybe
there's
not,
that.
Maybe not star power yet.
Right. Not for $100. No.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Not that I am so hip that I know every artist's name. I couldn't tell you who's drawn the Secret Avengers right now. Might be a doubt, but I don't know. I don't know if it's him or not. But
actually, it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
I tried to pick a title that I didn't know. See, that's what I'm saying. Even the titles I don't know, I know, and I don't know this guy's.
Right.
So.
Otherwise, seemed like a really nice guy.
Yeah.
But it just seemed a little ridiculous.
Maybe it's a drug habit.
Maybe I don't know. Yeah.
Maybe he promised his wife he'd bring back thousands of dollars.
On the other hand, though, he was inking with giant Magnum markers. And pretty much everybody who passed by the table would mutter something about smell of markers.
He was trying to knock people out.
Yeah. Probably get them dizzy so that they would pay $100 for a sketch.
I knocked people out with my art over the weekend. Hello. Well, that's cool, though.
Yeah, but, I mean, again, both super nice guys. Tim Seeley, incredibly nice for doing what he did.
Yeah, that's super cool.
But I think if they hadn't been there, I don't think we would have spent more than 20 minutes there.
Right.
Because there was absolutely nothing to do.
Yeah, it sucks.
I will say, though, there was a podcast there.
You mean it was a local one?
I'm guessing
It wasn't us.
it wasn't us.
It was League Night.
No.
I thought what?
I thought.
What?
Apparently not.
There's more.
Apparently there are some underground podcasts in Dayton or the Dayton area.
Are they paying you
No,
protection money or anything?
nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
We got to put the fucking boot down.
Yeah. Oh no, we're gonna. Some heads are gonna roll.
All
Some heads are
right,
gonna roll.
all right.
Yeah. This is our town. This is Trash Town. The city planners still want to call it Gym City. I'm opting for Trash Town.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna tell you something that's probably gonna make you even angrier.
What?
They have some nice equipment.
You mean like almost as nice as ours?
A little fancier.
Fancier than ours?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That can't happen.
They had 2 microphones, much like we do, which is fine. Fine. I would say our microphones were nicer.
I like our mics.
Our mics are awesome. They both had laptops.
Whoa.
And they both had little devices attached to the microphones, which was recording the microphones.
Whoa.
Like individually.
Whoa.
And not plugged into anything.
Oh my gosh. I don't like it.
Now, admittedly, there was no soundboard, so probably sounds like shit.
Yeah.
Has to. It has to.
High five.
Fuck yeah.
No, more power to it.
All right.
More. Hopefully, this town has 1,000 podcasts. And
Hopefully.
then this town becomes podcast friendly.
Maybe. Yeah. I know that there's the Superfly podcast.
From Superlight Comics?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yellow Springs, Ohio?
Yes, indeed. I'll never listen because, A, I don't listen to comics podcasts, and I don't support Yellow Springs.
Or hippies. Yeah.
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 Fucking hippies. I'm sure it's a fine podcast.
Yeah, I actually like that store a bit. I haven't been there lately, but it's a pretty cool store.
Never been there because I'm not going to fucking Yellow Springs. I barely wanted to go to Springfield. But yeah, so, I mean, it was an alright time. I saw somebody there that I hadn't seen in like 5 years. And,
cool.
It was interesting.
Cool.
I did find out, however, because you and I, we've gone to Windy City Comics, Comic-Con 2 years in a row, with, as far as we knew, no plans for it to go this year.
Yeah.
Figured out why. They're not having one this year. Skipping a year. They're gonna do it again next year.
That's cool.
I guess they wanted to see how well C2E2 went, which is a Comic-Con that just started last March, I think.
Okay.
And I guess they were unsure whether or not Chicago could handle 3 Comic-Cons.
That tiny little town.
Yeah, that tiny little burg of Chicago.
Is it still there?
It very close to getting wiped off the map last year, but no, it's still here. So hopefully next year we get to go back. Hopefully this year we may still get to go, depending on what the fuck Never Not Funny does.
Oh.
Because I still want to fucking go to that.
I want to go to Chicago.
I want to go to Chicago, see Never Not Funny live. I'm praying, I'm hoping.
That would be fun.
It needs to fucking happen.
That would be fun. That
Fuck
would
yeah,
be
it
really
will. Yeah, and then you did some stuff.
I went to Waynesville, saw this lady named Sharon...
Fantastic!
Integer? I can't pronounce her last name. I can never remember her last name. Integer, something like that. Integer, something like that. But she's like an older lady. I mean, not, a frail 90-year-old lady or anything, but I think she's in her probably early 60s. She makes some amazing artwork, sculptures and some like wall-hanging sewing kind of things. I don't know what you'd call that. Tapestries or whatnot.
Okay,
I don't
sure.
know. But yeah, she's great. She's an awesome lady, and I got to see her artwork, and that was cool.
Nice.
Yeah. And then we did the other thing.
Then we did that other thing. Yeah. Our good buddy, our good pal, is he our first? No, never mind. Former guest, friend of the show. My League Night co-host, Joe Grunenwald, he's becoming a man, And
He's having a bar mitzvah.
he had a bar mitzvah yesterday.
I was honored that I get to hold the scissors.
That's nice. I'm pretty sure he's not Jewish, so I'm not sure how he swung this, but it was pretty amazing.
Oh yeah, he's definitely not Jewish. I was down there.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Our good pal Joe is getting married in about a week from now.
Tying the knots.
And so yesterday was his bachelor party. Yeah.
Got pretty fucking crazy.
Fuck yeah. Man, I'm fucking hungover.
How many laws did we break?
Oh, God, I can barely remember it.
I can't remember how many broads I scored with.
Fuck yeah. So much ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually. No, it was a lot of fun though. I really did have a great time.
Yeah.
But we went out for pizza and then we did some bowling.
Yep.
And that was it.
Yep.
But I am to the age where I am perfectly fine with that.
Me too. I've only been to 2 bachelor parties ever. Both of them were very, I guess, if you're a douchebag or you only believe movies, both of these bachelor parties were incredibly lame and tame.
Yeah.
And I'm perfectly okay with that.
Yeah.
Because I had fun at both, doing just the lame and tame bullshit that we did.
Exactly.
You know, fucking nothing better than a bunch of guys having pizza, drinking a little beer, and then laughing our asses off and going bowling.
It was awesome. I've been to, I think, 4 bachelor parties, only one of which ended up at a strip club.
All right.
That was my least favorite one.
No?
It was just kind of boring and gross.
Yeah.
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 And I like titties. Hey, don't get me wrong.
Love titties.
They're great.
Fantastic.
2 of my favorite things. The left one and the right.
Yep.
But bachelor parties doesn't really need them.
No.
You just need to have fun.
It kind of detracts.
You're just having fun with your buddy.
Yeah, because I'm imagining, I've never been to a strip club, but I'm imagining that loud music, distracting lights,
Distracting
nudity by probably not so attractive women.
Exactly.
And the expenditure of a lot of money that you probably shouldn't be spending.
Oh, yeah.
For nothing.
It was...
For a horrible case of blue balls.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's why you gotta wear your sweatpants.
Okay, yeah. I can't imagine that being fun. And, like, you can't talk to the people you're hanging out with. I
spent like $7 last night.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks to Mike Grunewald for buying the bowling.
Yeah, I thought we were going to have to pay for that. Maybe we should have offered.
What?
Okay. Yeah. It's crazy talk. I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, even if we did have to pay, I was expecting, still, it would have been maybe $40 at the most.
Right.
Like you and I split a pizza, and then like everything at bowling was already paid for.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah. And it was just a ton of fun.
And Joe's dad had some awesome stories.
Yeah.
He's a cool guy.
Really nice guy. Didn't talk to his fiance's dad that
Jim.
much.
I didn't really. I talked to him like a little bit, but he was mostly doing other stuff. He was on a different lane when we were bowling, so I didn't really talk to him.
And I'll be fair. I'll be honest anyway. That I really didn't talk to anybody I didn't already know. Being Joe's brother Mike, Joe's 2 friends Derek and Steven.
Yeah.
And pretty much only just talked to you, Joe, and Jeremy.
And Jeremy made it through the night without breaking his back.
That we know of.
We haven't called him.
Yeah, we should probably find out tomorrow. Yeah.
Oh, I will. I'll find out tomorrow. Yeah, that was good times. I had a good time.
Yeah,
and I'm excited for Joe. He's getting married.
Yep.
He seems really happy. It's exciting stuff.
Yes, it is.
He's a man now.
He is a man indeed. With a full beard.
He's got the beard.
Everything.
Yeah. He's got the beard. He's got the wife.
Yeah. Well, soon to be a wife.
Yeah.
Next episode, he'll have a wife.
Wow, that's cool. Yeah, that's very cool.
Alright, so yeah, it was a full day. Oh, of course, then there was the other thing that happened between my comic show and the bachelor party. Where I fucking...
your injury. We said we were going to talk about that.
Yeah. Coming home from the comic show, my ex was with me. We were walking up to my apartment, and I have like a small series of stone steps, and then a sidewalk which goes up to my front door. Walking up those stone steps, and I don't know what the fuck happened. Just stepped wrong. I lost my balance. I don't know. But I just fucking fell. Right on my knee.
Yeah.
Fucking skinned it to shit.
On the stones.
On the stones. Kind of scraped my elbow a little bit, but not as bad. In my hand, I had the sketchbook, which had the Tim Seeley sketch.
Maybe you were loopy from having the excitement of your sketchbook started.
That would have worn off by that point, because it was like a 40-minute drive back to...
Yeah, the sketch is good. It just wasn't 40 minutes.
Yeah. And I had my GPS in my hand, because it was in Springfield. I don't know anything about Springfield. So I had that, and they both fucking went flying out of my hands. And my keys were in my hand, too. They went flying. Fucking landed in the shrubbery, and it had rained, so I'm like soaking wet. I didn't feel the pain, but like I kind of pulled up my pants and looked, and just my fucking knee and shin was just covered in blood.
That sucks.
Yeah. Grabbed my sketchbook, it was fine. Grabbed my GPS, and surprisingly, it was fine.
Wow.
I expected that to break.
Yeah.
Couldn't find my keys. They went hidden deep into one of the bushes. We got those. Put everything down, ran to the bathroom, washed it off. Started putting peroxide on it, and just had like 4 wads of cotton covered in blood. My ex went down to the local pharmacy to get some gigantic bandages, which still weren't big enough, and they also didn't last an hour.
They just soaked up.
Well, I think just it's a weird placement, and the actual bandage part of the bandage wasn't really covering the whole thing. She was out, and I was just sitting here, and I had a paper towel wrapped around my leg. It doesn't look bad.
Yeah, it just kind of looks like some little slices now.
But hurts like a bitch. Cloth hurts it.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's not a good sign.
Yesterday bowling and sweating, that, made it feel like shit. So yeah, and plus bowling, I don't do that a lot, so I'm pretty fucking sore today.
Yeah. We bowled for
2 hours.
2 hours, yeah.
2 hours and 4 minutes.
That was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're right down to the nitty gritty.
Yeah. Almost 3 games.
Yeah, we were in the 10th frame and it just shut off.
Yeah.
Because we had bought 2 hour. Mike had bought 2 hour time block.
Right. 2 hours of unlimited bowling, however much you can bowl in that time. Joe had just bowled, and Joe has his own ball, and they shut it down while his ball went into the nethers of the bowling alley.
But he retrieved it.
He did.
Oh, that would have been a very fitting, a metaphor, wouldn't it? He lost his balls on his bachelor party.
He was saying something about how, all his coworkers are giving him shit about, oh, you're getting married, now you're not going to be able to hang out with your friends.
Right.
And he says he hates that.
Yeah.
And I almost wanted to make the joke and did not have the opportunity to. I hate to tell you, but Jenny emailed me 2 days ago. We're not allowed to do the podcast anymore.
Hey, it could happen.
It could happen.
It could happen.
It could happen in the future.
She could turn into a dog-faced gremlin and bite his testicles off and just allow him to ever read a comic book.
Well, it's a good thing that he and I have banked at least a month's worth of episodes at this point. So
good planning on your part.
Good planning, yeah. So you may make it through most of the first season before that happens.
And you can just get a new Joe.
Yeah. Would you want to do
I'm not really a Joe.
Okay. All right.
There's Joes out there.
I really only know the one Joe.
Yeah.
I don't think Brasfield would be good at doing this. And, I mean, maybe something else with him, but not
Maybe like
not
a-
League Night.
Maybe like horror movies.
Well, he was talking about doing the Swamp Thing podcast.
That'd be awesome. I'd
Which,
love to.
I told him he couldn't because, of course, I run Dayton Podcasting.
Yeah, that's right. If he pays you a little,
Yeah.
protection.
But,
Yeah, yesterday was a good time.
Yeah, it was.
Barring your injury, it was
Barring my injury
100%
and-
awesome.
Barring the 25 cents spent on a Justice League comic I already own.
You can give it to some little kid.
I gave it to Amanda.
Oh, okay.
We were walking out and heading back to the car, and I was like, "Hey, well, Justice League comic." I was like, "I already own
Was
it."
it one of the Keith Giffen ones?
Yeah.
That's
This one has Blue Beetle on the cover.
That is awesome.
Yes.
Huh.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything else from yesterday, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yesterday was a good day.
Yes, it was. A lot of fun. Good to see Jeremy out and about, not injuring himself severely.
Yeah.
He bowled.
He did bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah. First time in a year.
Yeah, he only did one game out
Yeah.
of the 2-3 that we did. But man, that first time he went up, I was worried.
Yeah. I expected him to just, like, literally snap into two pieces. Like,
Glad he didn't. Yeah.
Like, what movie was that? Oh, I'm thinking of Aliens, where Bishop just gets chopped in half.
yeah.
Yeah, that would have been awful. How would I have explained that to his parents?
I think that would be Joe that would have to explain that.
Oh, yeah,
It
good
was his
call.
party.
Yeah, good call, yeah.
I had a turkey.
You did?
I bowled 3
Your
strikes in a
first
row.
ever? Is that your first?
Second.
Yeah,
Yeah. But
was
still,
impressive.
rare enough.
it was impressive.
Yeah, I was shocked.
We were all clapping for
Yeah.
you. It was great.
This is my highlight of the night.
Yeah, I've only ever had two. Not recently. I haven't had one.
I think, the first one I had was also not any time recently at all, like maybe a year ago.
No.
Yeah. I think Jeremy still did not have a broken back at that
Wow,
point.
that has
so,
been a while. That was most impressive.
Yes.
Most impressive. Everyone bowled quite well, actually.
I didn't do so well the first and third game, but I would say the first time because
Loosening up.
loosening it up, and then the third time, just tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Like, how out of shape am I? Like, I was actually, like, tired from bowling 3 games. I was
Right.
like, of course, I hadn't been up since 8 o'clock that morning, and I was just tired. A lot of traveling around.
Yeah.
I'm an old man.
Yeah, well, we are. That's what we do. All right, pick a comic.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I picked one. I think we both own, and I think we've both neither read. It is called iZombie by Chris Robertson and Mike Allred.
I do not own.
Oh, you do not?
No.
Okay. Well, I do.
Well, I own the first 2 issues,
Okay.
and then I stopped reading it because I thought it was awful.
Oh. Uh-oh.
I won't veto
Yeah.
because maybe it got better.
Okay.
I don't know.
I have no idea. I haven't
Huh?
read them.
So I am going to have to borrow yours
Okay.
because I'm not going to buy them. That's for goddamn sure.
Or at least number 3 through 5.
Well, right. Well, I may have to borrow all of them because I cannot guarantee I can find what I did with issues 1 or 2.
Wow, so spoiler.
Yeah.
Not a fan.
At this point, not a fan.
Okay.
Who knows? May turn around.
Yeah.
It took me a couple issues to get into Sweet Tooth.
Yeah, me too.
So,
Actually, yeah.
there.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, that's what
We'll
we're
see
gonna
what happens.
we'll try that one then.
Yeah. All right then. Let's get out of here.
Let's do that.
Alright.
I gotta go grocery shopping because I bought some ocean whitefish cat food for my cat, and that's his favorite. But he won't eat it because I accidentally bought the pate version instead of the savory shreds, so he's just not eating.
Cats are dicks like that.
I know. I love them, but they're like, seriously? You can't just one can.
Right.
You can't just for this week.
It has happened so many times.
Yeah.
Just, my parents' cats, my ex's cats. Just, or if you just, feel like maybe you should try something different.
Exactly. Like,
Maybe this is something healthier, maybe it's cheaper.
or even you're just like, poor guy, he's always eating the same thing.
Right, yeah.
I'm going to try this turkey blend.
Right, yeah.
He's like, what the fuck are you trying to pass off on me?
And they would much rather starve themselves than give in to your indignity of buying them that shit.
Yeah. They're like, you can just march right back to the Kroger, pull out another 35 cents, and buy me a real can of cat food. So that's where I'm off to.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna, I don't know, keel over in misery or something and maybe think about going to work in the morning.
Well, I hope your injuries don't get the best of you and you live to do another podcast.
Yeah, well, I'll probably live to do another podcast. I just, I may call in sick tomorrow. I'm not sure.
Yeah, go for it.
Alright then.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. You can subscribe to Gutter Trash at iTunes or directly at guttertrash.net. If you go to iTunes, please leave us a review. You can email us at eric@guttertrash.net or jason@guttertrash.net. For more info, you can find us on Facebook, or you can go to seanborn.net or buyerbeware.guttertrash.net. Listen to our sister podcast, League Night, at league.guttertrash.net. Thank you for listening. Until next time.